Okay, so we're gonna pick up with a video from our textbook that I'm using our textbook to teach this lesson. So instead of just using Dr. Berger videos, we'll go through the lesson as much as I can within one video, and if we need to extend it into other videos, we will. But this is from page 115 in your textbook. It's section 3.1, and it's called Sequences of Transformations. But we're not on page 115. I kind of wanted to skip that one. I went right on to page 116. All right, so when you get to it, you can open up to page 116. And I want to start right from example 1. It says to draw the image of triangle ABC after the given combination of transformations. So part A, that's right here, we have to do a reflection over line L, then translation along the vector V. So let's look over here. If we're going to reflect this over line L, A is not going to go anywhere. A is going to stay exactly where it is. But B, it's got to, like, let's say if I have to make a straight line to the line, I would go up 2 over 2. Well, it's kind of hard to see from here. I lost my mouse here. Hold on. It looks like the line has an interesting slope. It goes up 1, up 1, and then over 2. It seems like it continues that pattern. So we would have to duplicate that that pattern, and we'd have to consider that when we reflect it. Now look at this. If I go from point A to point B, that goes down 2. Sorry, that's a little bit off. Let's try that again. That goes down 2 and over 1. So it's pretty much perpendicular to the line because they would be negative reciprocals, opposite reciprocals of one another. The L is positive 1 over 2. Positive 1 over 2, that's L. Ignore the way that I wrote that. And then AB has a slope that is negative 2 over 1. So they are clearly opposite reciprocals. So I would just continue that slope straight up to here. That would be my B prime. And even if you go the same slope up to C, if you do the opposite reciprocal, you'd have to go up 2 and over 1 for C, and then I would have to continue that up 2 over 1. That would be my C prime. So connecting the points, beautiful triangle right there. A prime, B prime, C prime. That's only the first part. So we reflected. Okay, now we have to translate along the vector V. So the vector V has a different slope. It goes up 1 and over 4. So considering that it goes up 1 over 4, we would have to translate this the same way, up 1 and over 4. So I'm going to go with green here. This is going to get a little messy. But up 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my new point B. And from B to C, it's up 1 over 2. Up 1 over, here's my new C. And A is going to go up 1 over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's my new A. This makes the new triangle. This is B double prime, C double prime, and A double prime. So we did that. Now let's see what else it asks us to do. Where am I? That's it. So we took care of that. We could write down the coordinates if we need to, but it really doesn't have a y or an x-axis here, so we don't have to do that. Let's go to the next part here. Oh, I just did exactly what they did. I didn't even realize that. Draw the image, and we did that. We labeled it. Done. So I'm going to put a big smiley face right here. I did it already, and a tongue. Bleh. Okay, good. That's page 116. Now, I jumped over to page 117, as you can see here. Oh, that's an ugly color. Let's go to green. Well, you can see it, though. Page 117. All right, now, the part B of this, we have to do a 180-degree rotation around point P and then a translation along the vector V. Then a reflection across line L. So we got three things going on here. First, we have to apply the rotation and label it A prime, B prime, C prime. Okay, we're rotating it 180 degrees around point P. So C, if I was to go 180 degrees just to show you, we go right there. So that's an easy rotation. So my new point, C prime, will be here. C prime. A, reflecting it over 180, it wouldn't be, go all the way through. It'd actually be like a reflection through the point. You go up 2 over 1 and up 2 over 1 to here. That would be my A prime. B, the same thing. Up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. There's my B prime. That's the first part done. There's a nice little line there. Second part, apply the translation to A prime, B prime, C prime, and label the image A double primes and all the double primes. We're translating along the vector, which goes up 1. Let's change the color. It's going up 1 and then over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have to move everything up 1 and over 5. Let's start with the B. Up 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my B double prime. From A to B, it's simple. It's just going up, up 1 and over 2. So that means I'm going to go back 2, down 1. It's crazy. I went backwards. I don't know if you guys can handle that one. And then from A to C is just a down 2 over 2. So down 2 over 2. And there we have C double prime. Let's see if I can be nice and neat here. Ooh. Okay, close enough. So we got that part done. We already did the first part. Now we have to apply the reflection to that purple triangle. What are we doing? A reflection across line L. Oh, that's simple. That's a simple one. Let's go with, let's do red. Let's do red. We're just reflecting over line L. Here's C triple prime. B is 3 away from that, so 3. There's B triple prime, and A would go 3 down and 3 more down to here. A triple prime. That is our triangle. Done. There's my thing. Okay, hold on. I can't find my mouse. Okay, moving on here. Are the images you drew for each example the same size and shape as the given pre-image? Yes, they are the same size and shape as the pre-image. In what ways do rigid transformations, so rigid, we didn't really describe that too much recently, but let's review. Hold on, I need my pen. Let's stick with the red. Rigid transformation. It's exactly explaining that they are the same size and shape as the pre-image. So, second part here. In what ways do they change the pre-image? Rigid transformations will change the direction and orientation of the image, change the direction and orientation of the pre-image. Does the order in which you apply, Does the order in which you apply the transformations make a difference? Test your conjecture by performing the transformations in part B in a different order. I just realized that if I was to go back and do that again, since I'm using Microsoft Paint, and if I start erasing the older triangles, it'll just erase the whole image. So yes, the order in which you apply the transformations matters. Put an exclamation point for emphasis. All right. For part B, describe a sequence of transformations that will take A double prime, B double prime, C double prime back to the pre-image. So we're going from the double primes. Let's look. Well, we could translate in the opposite direction. So we can say, I'm going to write it right here. 1. Translate the purple. I'm just going to say the purple. The purple triangle. That does not say triangle. translate the purple triangle. 5 units left and 1 unit down. Then rotate the green triangle 180 degrees. See if it does it. Oh yeah. About point P. So I guess we don't need 1 because we use it as a sentence. That's good enough. Let's move that down to where we have, how do I move it down? Let's see. No, it's not going to go down, is it? Oh yeah, there it goes. I'm really not used to using Paint. I've been using notebook software for years, but I cannot, I'll explain in class. It's just really hard to use it and record the video at the same time. Okay, let's do these and then we're going to end the video. All right, so I need to first, let's see, back to the pen here. I need to first reflect across L. So that just brings B over here, C over there, A over there. Let's keep this red. That's ugly, but we're keeping it. B prime, C prime, A prime. Then a 90-degree rotation around point P. 90 degrees, I'm going to use green. 90 degrees. Just look at how it happens. If I go from A to point P, and if I was to go 90 degrees, I'd probably end up in this direction somewhere. So all you really have to do is kind of think of a perpendicular slope, and that'll head you in the right direction. Let me just end that. Okay, so I went down 1 and to the left 3, so that means I'd have to go up 3 to the left 1. And that's my 90-degree rotation around point P. It doesn't say whether it's positive or counterclockwise, but a positive rotation would go in that direction, in the direction of the quadrants. So that's what we're doing. And that's going to give point A to a double prime. B, let's take a look. It goes, this is going to get messy. It's down 4 over 3, so that means it's going to go up 3 over 4. As point B double prime. And that makes sense because from A prime to B prime is only 3 units away, so 3 units away. And then C, I have to go, where's C? C is here. That looks bad over there. But down 1 and over 5. So that means I'm going to go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 1. And that does make sense. As C double prime, I'm trying to make a nicer triangle here. There it is. Done. Let's move on to number 8. Where am I? Here I am. Oh, let me delete that. Okay. So we're translating along the vector V, then 180-degree rotation around point P, then translation along U, vector U. So let's go with 3 different colors. Let's start with blue. Blue. First, we're going to go along the vector, which is up 1 over 2. See it? Up 1 over 2. So point F, up 1 over 2 is F prime. Up 1 over 2, there's E prime. And up 1 over 2, there's G prime. That's ugly. Then we have to rotate 180 degrees around point P. Let's go to maroon. F is going to end up right across, right through the point. That's 180 degrees. That's F double prime. E goes down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1 again. That's E double prime. G goes down 2 over 2, down 2 over 2. That's going to put me right at this corner right there. That's G double prime. Oh, it's so ugly. And then this vector is easy. It's just 3 units to the left. Let's go with, we did green already. These colors are weak. Let's do this light blue. No, let's go red. I'm going red. And we're just moving 3 to the left. I'm going to try to get fancy and use a line on the next one. And that's 3 units to the left and 3 units to the left. This is my F triple prime, E triple prime, G triple prime. All right, let's try a line. Really thin line. It's red. Oh, that's too thin. I don't really care, but let's do one more. Oh, it got bigger. How'd that happen? And okay, and there. Ah, much nicer. Okay, that's a composition of transformations, or they're calling it a combination of transformations. But it's a sequence of transformations, and we just took care of that. So that's our video for tonight.